Legendary. Epic.
Hey guys, so apparently my mic was turned off that whole time. I know, Mike. Okay, well I didn't realize my mic, I guess, never got, I have a separate power line for it. So I guess that never got turned on. But yeah, two decent chests, I'll take those. But yeah, guys, as I was saying, what you guys couldn't hear, yeah. So as what you guys couldn't hear is we are waiting on the teams. One of the teams, Waldo, is waiting for a player. So hopefully they'll get their PC back up and running in just a couple minutes, and we'll be able to rock and roll with the first game, and we'll get the map and all that fun stuff. If you guys want to put in chat exclamation CGL Charity Gaming League, you guys can get the link directly over to the donation page for Extra Life. Definitely check it out. Drop some donations there. It's a great cause, helping kids. So just use that exclamation CGL in chat, and that'll get it up. I got it, Isaiah. I know. There's a 2-minute delay. There's a 2-minute delay. So you guys gotta wait. You'll get it in a minute. So yeah. And Gravesville, thank you for the host. I appreciate that, man. Means a lot. Are you gonna Graves? I don't know if you're going on delay, but do you want to co-cast? Cause I got hold on here. I'm gonna whisper you in game. The math moves in the sound. Okay, so you just got the loot boxes, so you guys should have sound now. Okay, you. Hold on, I'm gonna check it on mine too. We'll check this out, guys. Like we gotta wait on the teams anyway, so it's okay. Okay, you got it. You got it. That's good. You guys get sound again. 2-minute delay kind of sucks. So, it does affect things like that, guys. As I was saying. Which was muted. First of all, Isaiah, thank you for the host. Appreciate that. And then also, Isaiah with the Twitch Prime sub. I appreciate it, man. It means a lot. I'll rerun it for you now that I have audio, maybe. There it is. Alright, we might have Graceville, guys. Maybe. Maybe. And I'm going to see if we get an update from the team that's missing a player. And we'll go from there. Okay, PC restarted. He'll be here soon. That's always a good thing. And I'll mute that in case he happens to drop in. Oh, there he is. Hey, Grave, we're live. I see you popped in. Just unmute yourself whenever you're ready. So, guys, we're going to have Gravesville joining us. That's always a great thing. I always enjoy casting with him. He's a fun caster to be with.
I disagree.
You disagree? I disagree with your disagreement.
He's no good.
He's no good.
Garbage.
Garbage. Total garbage. How you doing tonight, man?
I have a working mic, so that's good.
Hey, we'll take that over with the problems you've been having.
Yeah, no. I just got done with a game for Learning Fives. They had like the show match today. Unfortunately, they didn't have a a team to play against one of their other teams in like a scrim, so I decided to sub. And it was a lot of fun. We had a best of 3 series. We won the first one. We lost the second one, and then the third game, we drafted Probius. So we didn't win that one.
Well, it's the Probster. You can't go wrong with the Probster.
It's true. I mean, we actually drafted Oriole, and I think... Oh, yeah, we drafted Oriole Diva first off, so that's kind of how that started. But they banned Cho'Gall. Like, we were actually trying to Cho'Gall, and we literally didn't have a backup plan. And so they said, hey, you know what? Probius looks great here.
Just throw it in.
They have a Genji. They have a Genji, but you know...
Yeah, well, you just take it as it goes.
Like I said, it was against a team that was practicing a lot. We were just kind of subbing in because they needed people to play against. So it was a lot of fun regardless. So I hope they got a good amount of practice in the first 2 games against real metas. And then, maybe this one, throw them a little wrench, right?
Probius will be meta one day, hopefully. Well, I don't know how far you've been up there, but we're waiting on the map from one of the teams. We have the Reborn Knights, and RWT found Waldo. And so Waldo had a player that had to reboot, and so we're waiting on him to rejoin so we can get the map from them.
All right. Sounds great.
And it is a best of 3 tonight, which is always a good thing.
Is it a best of 3 or 3? I know in the regular season
it's best
they do
of
3.
3. Yeah, it's best of 3.
Okay.
I checked that earlier because that would be 2 very different things. Somebody agrees with your disagreement in chat.
Oh, I'm glad. I'm really glad about that.
But they're 2 minutes behind us, so I don't know if the disagreement counts, does it?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, a lot of technical issues lately in HOTS 2. Hopefully we get custom games working. People have been having troubles with it, although I heard that having everyone on central server for some reason works. I don't know why.
It should be central by default for CGL. I know it is for NGS, I think, unless specified. I'm on central. We'll be fine because I'll make the lobby. So. All right. So the Knights...
Just messaging Reborn Knights and then telling them to fix it. Even though it's not their fault, I'm going to tell them to fix it anyway.
Okay, just tell Melkor to fix it.
Right, yeah, yep. Exactly.
Okay. Okay, so their party has 5 members total. So hopefully he's on. Towers. Okay. That's easy. We can do that.
I'm a fan of towers. Did we have map bans?
No map bans.
Ooh, that's interesting.
At least I hit up Melkor earlier because I haven't done any CGL stuff for a while, so he said there was no map bans. So Isaiah, if that's wrong, you got to yell at us within the next 2 minutes.
Yeah, come on, Aisha.
Invite to game. Did you get my game invite? I thought I sent one to you.
I didn't, but I could totally just sneak into your game anyway.
That's fine.
I'll just come in here unannounced, barge in, join Reborn Knights team. Aw.
Swap team. They got the portrait synergy going on. We'll have to see if Found Waldo has the portrait synergy going on tonight.
It's funny enough because I had to sub for Reborn Knights right earlier in the season because Ninja couldn't make it one night, and I was forced to put the portrait on even. It was very important that the portrait synergy existed.
This is what I'll say. I've always been a fan of if you got the portrait synergies, that's how you win the games, man. That's how you win. Straight up, that's what I believe. Okay, we're all in here. They're set for that. I need to... I'm going to change my overlay next stream. See if we can get it ready. If we can get it ready, we'll get rocking and rolling then.
by the way. How was the movie? This is more important.
Oh, yes, because I was at Jurassic World. It was good. I liked it better than the last Jurassic World movie.
Okay. I mean, I haven't watched any of the Jurassic films since number 2, so it's been a while.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. I liked it.
Oh, Stocknagon.
They're getting ready. Stupid Waldo said ready. That's his name, Stupid Waldo. Just so you guys know, we're not making fun of him. That is his name in game. Let me make sure we're okay. They're ready. Okay, guys. Game number 1 of this best of 3 between the Reborn Knights and RWT found Waldo. Starting off on Towers of Doom. A map I always enjoy. Let's see if my hotkeys are going to work. Apparently not. There we go. And first ban going to go over to the Knights. I don't know. What do you want to see banned here, Graves? They got options.
Garrosh every time.
Garrosh every time?
That's me personally. I hate Garrosh. No, but on this map, Garrosh is very strong because you have to kind of walk around that big open area, especially when the objectives in the middle lane. Like, there's nothing between you. It's not like Shrines where there's a whole bunch of minions away. It's so easy to just grab someone, throw them into your team, and pick them. I mean, otherwise, real picks, perhaps. I mean, I just hate him. You could see like a Genji ban. Genji is still very good. Or the number 1 support in the game right now, Mr. Frowning Face himself, Malfurion.
Malfurion getting banned out. Which, does that mean we may see the Stukov first pick out of the Knights? I mean,
I don't think so. I mean, I think Malfurion is the best healer in the game, but I think there's a lot in contention for number 2. So they don't necessarily need to look for that. Diablo getting banned, I think, is actually smart too. Kind of for that same reason. There's a big open area in the middle, and it's easy to slam people up against walls.
Yeah, and I'm assuming they've done some appropriate scouting, and if anybody has scouted the Knights knows that Ninja's favorite tank is Diablo.
Yeah. And again, when I had to sub, I didn't Diablo well enough. Genji is the pickup, though, on the side of Reborn Knights, and like I said, I think that's probably the best pick in this situation.
Yeah, Genji's not bad. Gonna give us some nice dive. We may see the Chromie pick up here from Found Waldo. She's quite popular these days. And just being able to kind of dump damage on that back line, snipe that point to try to stall it out. She's able to do that fairly well, especially if she's in range of her Sandblast. Because then she can also get the Dragon's Breath off and kind of just alternate between the two with the cooldowns and make sure she continues to stall that point.
Yeah, I would agree with that. You know, and barring that, Li Ming also very strong for reasons mentioned before with the poke, but I don't know if Reborn Knights Red wants to go with the double reset. They could go like Li Ming themselves. I don't know if that's something that Found Waldo is worried about. Otherwise, they could go with something safe with like a tank and a warrior with Malfurion gone. You mentioned Stukov before. That wouldn't be too terrible.
Yeah, I think a Soul Lane could be a good option for him too. Blaze, the Haka, something like that, just to lock it in. They're going to go Uther Greymane.
I mean, I can see stealing Uther just because a Divine Shield Dragon Blade Genji is very annoying. But the one thing on this map is Uther's going to struggle into that sustain game, right? Like, his cooldowns are long, his heals are, you know, good, but any, like, sustained teamfight, Uther just loses out on. So Found Waldo has to get picks with that comp, and maybe they're looking to do so with the Greymane.
Yeah, honestly, right here, I think I'd love to see the Knights go with their tank they want and then go with the Lunara. Just lock that Lunara in. She does so well against Uther, especially if they can get that poison spread out there. Just makes it a really tough time for him. She's also fairly safe versus the Greymane. You can go into that Leaping Strike at 10 just to make sure she stays, you know, out of the way. More protection. She's got, you know, just the buffs. I think that's the way to go, honestly.
I mean, Lunara is strong into Uther. They need to keep tabs on who on their team is going to get camps. They do pick up the Garrosh. Blaze has picked up, but camps, especially in that bottom lane, like being able to take those sapper camps is super key to winning this map. And Lunara would be able to do that with her level 4 talent, which I can't remember for some reason. But Blaze in the top lane will be able to solo those, especially with Incinerator Gauntlets at 7. But otherwise, no one else on the side of Reborn Knights Red can actually get camps yet. But they've got more picks coming.
I mean, Genji can do it, because with the movement speed he has, I mean...
It just takes him a while.
Yeah, it just takes you a while to get it done. I like the Blaze pickup, and I really like the Garrosh here. Being able to throw those sappers into the goalpost, per se, when you're pushing them down after you've taken the enemy fort on the bottom. You know, it just sits really well. What are we doing? Get working. So yeah, I like that. The Stukov ban I also like as well here from Waldo. Gonna have kind of support choke a little bit on the Knights with the mouth being gone and the Uther already being taken.
Yeah, I think Stukov's probably the scariest one available, just because of that silence they can throw. There's a lot of, CC already on the side of Reborn Knights. They've got the Garrosh throw, the Blaze stun. Following that up with the silence will be pretty deadly. Their bans, though, I mean, if they're looking to ban a main tank, Diablo already gone. They could ban like a Johanna, if they're worried about getting poked out on the objective, or even a Murden, because Murden with an Uther stun follow-up, I mean, they're probably looking for a blow-up, and maybe that's something they want to get rid of.
Yeah, definitely. I would also like to see, honestly, an ETC ban here could be good, and they're going to go with it.
Yep.
You don't want a D-Shield Mosh Pit. It's just not fun.
Yeah, and for the same reason, it's just you want to get rid of a CC tank, and ETC probably is the better choice, especially because he could technically go stage dive on this map, have a global pushing while the objective is up and then stage dive at the right time. Picks, though, for Found Waldo, they're probably looking for a tank. I mentioned in the Murden before, they could go for that. We don't really know all the damage on the opposite side. I mentioned Li Ming before. Chromie is still up, though. I mean, they've got a lot of options available.
Yeah, I'd honestly love to see them grab their tank and maybe their offlaner, and they kind of leave that 5th as just a flex spot. Dahaka could work really well for them. Gives them the global option, the tongue in the back line. They're going to grab Johanna and Dahaka. I like it.
Yeah, I mean, the global is going to be great. It's going to be good up against Blaze in the top lane. And like I said with Johanna, she's going to be able to poke with her little flashlight. Also because she has Iron Skin, which is going to be very key against Garrosh and Blaze, because they've got a lot of hard engage themselves on the side of Reborn Knight. So I like the Johanna pick.
Yeah, and also with her, just tankiness she has in general, plus Dahaka has that self-sustain. It's good with Uther. Anything that has self-sustain pairs well with Uther because it's less work he has to do.
Right.
So we get the 4-5 pick here for the Knights. Again, I'd really love to see that Lunara, and they need a support. I mean, they could go into a Lily. I think that might be a little not enough. Just not enough, let's be honest. So I expect something like a Rhaegar from them, or a Lucio.
Yeah, I think they need someone with a cleanse. I think Rhaegar would be the choice. Otherwise, if they're looking for lockdown, I was going to mention Deckard would be available, but they are going to go with the Rhaegar and pairing up with Gul'dan.
Yeah, and actually, now that you mentioned, Deckard could have worked really well for them, especially considering there's not a lot of burst damage on the opposite side. I mean, you have that Greymane, but most likely he's going to go Curse Bullet, especially into that Garrosh Blaze front line. So you could get the potions down. You have time for your team to grab them and heal up. I think it could have worked well, but the Rhaegar should work well, fine as well, especially with that Ancestral.
Absolutely. Last pick now for Found Waldo. I mean, I really think they need a burst damage mage of some kind. Again, Chromie and Li Ming kind of stand out. Unless they want even more CC, they could go Kel'Thas. I mean, they do have some good melee on the other side, and Living Bombs could get good value. They have Greymane already for camp, so they shouldn't be too worried about that. It really comes down to what their priorities are in terms of damage and how the playstyle they want to go.
Yeah, we'll see what they decide to do here as they run down the clock all the way. Is going to be that Kel'Thas rounding out the team here for the side of Found Waldo. And this will be interesting because I know I've worked with the Knights before. They usually try their best to make sure they do not spread those living bombs. So we'll see how well they do that in practice in a game with this kind of more stressful situation. Guys, we're going to jump into the game here. We'll run the CGL video real quick here, and then we'll jump right into the match. and that video definitely is not long enough. So, but nothing too hard here, guys. I'm excited for this one. Towers, it's always a fun map. You can have a comeback, as we saw from Dignitas in MSB.
Oh my gosh, that game was amazing.
I know. Maybe we will have a repeat game here. You know,
maybe. I didn't mention it before, but with Kel'Thas, I think that's going to be strong into bunker, too. We'll have to keep an eye on how they can play around that as well.
Yeah, definitely with the bunker, it could come in handy. You get a flame strike down right underneath on the bottom. Well, guys, we're going to get started here. On the left-hand side of the blue, we are going to have the Reborn Knights, Melkor on that Blaze, RK Ninja on the Garrosh, Stocktagon on the Rhaegar, CG Stamop on the Genji, and Rising Guard on that Gul'dan.
And on the right-hand side, in red or orangey for me, it is RWT found Waldo with Tank Snipe on Uther, Radiata playing Greymane, the Butterdock on Dahaka, Stupid Waldo playing Johanna, and Stealthy on Kel'Thas.
All right, guys, we're going to see the 5v5 mix up in the mid here. And actually, Blaze is going to start heading to the top initially off the bat.
Sad days, no convection. Instead, going for that Mad Edict, which is the better choice. Echo Corruption from Gul'dan, I think, should get good value. Again, a lot of choke points. And I like Angry Uther here. We have the Hammer of the Lightbringer. So I talked a lot about being able to stay alive in those sustained team fights. And that's one way to do it, by going to punch them for mana.
Yeah, that definitely, that's one way to do it. And this is a double elimination style. We got the toss up here on Johanna. Unstoppable should get her out. Gonna take a lot of poison damage from the Gul'dan. Genji gonna go in, not able to get the pick though. Will take a ton of damage from that Kel'Thas. But yeah, as I was saying, this is gonna be a playoff game for CGL, guys. And it's double limb bracket, so whichever team loses its best of 3 still should have a second chance, because I believe they're still in the first week of it.
Yeah, this is the first week. But I mentioned the camps before. We can see that the Reborn Knights are already starting theirs. And again, that's going to be the priority on this map. You always want to be taking a close eye on those camps, because they're so strong. Like, they push in, you can't ignore them. They take down towers, and eventually, obviously, they can do tower shots.
Yeah, definitely. Stamop may be in trouble here. Flame Strike, not going to connect. An interesting choice having Blaze. I mean, Blaze up top is normal. Like, the matchup here with the Greymane is an interesting choice from Waldo. You're going to see the toss in on the Dahaka down in the bottom lane. Knock up from Ninja there. Looks like they're not going to be enough to get a kill, but Rising Guard go ahead and get a couple stacks off on that level 1 quest. And they're going to push in with the Sappers here and try to get some damage onto these towers.
Yeah, you called it out, though, but that is weird, leaving Dahaka down here. I really don't know why. I mean, and now they have Johanna up there. It's just so odd leaving Dahaka down here. It's not like he's stacking for anything. He just went for enhanced agility, so I don't understand. Maybe they wanted someone to tongue the Sappers before they get in, but that looks like that didn't happen.
Yeah, and also, I mean, honestly, it's always a triple phase on the first one, and the advantage of the Haka here is he can cap the top one and then burrow down and beat the other person down. Alter phase is going to start. Gul'dan going to spot out this camp being worked on here by Greymane. He will be able to pick it up, though, and get that pushing in the bottom lane here. We're going to see a little bit of engage onto Butterdock here. Totem is going to go down. Toss back in. Can they get the pick? Stasis with the burrow. Oh, Ninja a little out of position.
Yeah, they get the tongue and the follow-up hammer. Rhaegar goes down. In fact, Radiata may be looking for more. Trying to get the grenade onto Stamop. Not going to happen. But yeah, triple altar. Dahaka did burrow to the top, and actually Blaze went up there as well.
Yeah, good call from the Knights to go ahead and force that rotation up just to make sure that they can have a chance at this, especially with the Rhaegar being dead. But they may just have to give this one up at this point.
Yeah, I agree. And again, this is an opportunity for Dahaka to go continue soaking. But it looks like they are just going to give it up anyway. Sappers at the bottom got some pretty good value. Pretty much about the same that they had on the opposite side, you know, minus that one little tower. Level 7s are around the corner. Tanks need to be careful. Throwing down the law and some light. But now, Johanna gets flipped over, I believe. Yeah, she gets away just fine.
Yeah, it was a great immediate unstoppable from her. Just to make sure she does not get knocked up from that Garrosh stun. And Blaze looks like he's double soaking right now, while Greymane works on that camp in the top.
Yeah, I mean, and that is, well, it's funny that Blaze is the one double soaking, because if you're going to go the Haka here, that is one thing you can do, double soak between top and bottom and defend bottom. But instead, Butterdock coming to the bottom here to defend this, and I feel like that's a mistake. They're already gone, unless Stealthy is looking for something. They get Ninja, they get the tongue on top of it, but he's going to top that Undomitable, and Ninja should get away just from this just fine.
Yep, he will make it out just fine and dandy there. 7's going to be locked in for both the teams here. Greymane did get a little value top with those Sappers, although they didn't take too much. And we're going to see the possible invade here on the Sapper camp. Ninja going to spot this out, get tongue. Should be okay to get out of this with that extra armor he has. And there's not a ton of damage there. Sapper's picked up for the Knights. They're going to try to push those in the bottom lane here.
So next altar is going to be in the middle. It is just a single altar. Again, we just saw that one Sapper camp take in. The one at the top still has a minute and a half left. So this is going to be an even fight. And again, found Waldo, they need to make sure this fight doesn't last long, because Gul'dan is going to poke your team down, and Uther is not going to be able to hold that. But the Sapper camp is still pushing in here, and hold on, Butterdock get thrown over the wall. Stupid Waldo just kind of hanging out, trying to maybe look for Condemn, but unfortunately, Rysengard just doing a lot of damage, and now we already have Stamop channeling. Do they get the interrupt?
Rhaegar tries to stop it. Not
barely.
going to be enough to stop Johanna from walking in there, though. A lot of damage on the Genji, but that protection is going to be there. Nominal's going to get popped there. Ninja fairly low. Should be able to get healed up quickly. Charge in by Melkor there, but the team's not there to follow up with it on Butterdock. Waldo takes a lot of damage. Genji with the dash in. Not going to be enough damage to get the pick initially. And then Unstoppable to make sure she gets away.
Stealthy on Kel'Thas doing a good job. They are spreading the bombs out, but again, these long sustained team fights are something that Uther is going to struggle into. Stealthy looking for one last interrupt, doesn't get it. That is the objective, going over to Reborn Knights.
Yep, nice.
And
We'll get
hold
that
on.
objective. Greymane a little too deep. Gonna get picked off here as well. And Knights have about a half level lead. If they keep this up, they will end up with their 10s early enough to get some decent value on the map. Blaze gonna actually scout this out. Gets the blind stun onto Butterdock. And we're gonna see a heavy invade here. They know they almost have their 10s, and they know Greymane's down. Uther just tossed over the wall. Genji gets hit with the gravity lap, staying on the Kel'Thas though. Gonna look for the pick here onto him. Does not have the dash, but will get it with those shurikens.
That's a nice pre-cleanse from there from Stoctagon, expecting the knockup from Kel'Thas. Didn't end up happening, but that was still good heads-up play to make sure that that kill was secured. And 10s are almost here. Hold on, they're throwing Butterdock in. Nice follow-up there from Melkor, but Ninja under heavy pressure himself. And that will be Garrosh following cleanse going on to the Butterdock. He's going to lay down the tongue, but the deflect from Stamop secures the kill instead.
Yeah, a little miscommunication. We're going to have Melkor dive back in there, but miscommunication. Stoctagon went back to tap the well and get some mana, and the team decided to go in without him. 10 now picked up, though, for the Knights, and they're going to go ahead and claim this bottom bell tower. This is going to be extremely helpful for them. It's going to give them control of this bottom lane. And the other thing it'll do is make it easier to secure these two altars that are about to spawn.
Yeah, Sapper's up as well. Again, bottom lane control is really strong here. So they can grab this altar while they get this siege camp because they have Genji on it. And then they could even go for their opponent's siege camp, which is up in 1 minute. But Melkor already channeling. Again, Genji at the bottom, so they don't see him. Kel'Thas is not here. Hold on. That is a big horrify going on. You saw the bunker landed as well. Butterdock under heavy pressure. But they're going to jump. Melkor's jumping into the bunker. Radiata looking to make something. The Divine Storm comes out. And this is a bloodbath. Greymane going down. Stamop trying to get the kills, but doesn't get the resets. And Melkor has to use the his armor. Ninja's going to flip him out and away. Cleanse out onto from Stoctagon. Uther finally dies, but now he can actually heal to keep him alive. But it looks like, yeah, it looks like Von Waldo is just going to back out from this one, but they're doing some good damage on the way out.
Yeah, that's going to be 2 altars over to the Knights, and also the Sappers are going to walk right in, so they're going to end up with, what is that, 10, 13 shots there? That's a great phase for them. Tongue going to miss here onto Ninja. That would have been a pick so close to the kill zone. Blaze going to continue to double soak while this 4-man just controls this bottom area. Stoctagon going to go ahead and Hearth here. I don't know if Greymane saw it or not.
I mean, I do have to say, I appreciate the Divine Storm coming out here. Indomitables popped from Ninja. I mean, it actually is good against Genji because they don't really have anyone, I guess, they're worried about getting dove on because they have so much CC already on the side of Found Waldo that I think Divine Storm actually will be able to help them out better than Divine Shield might be able to.
Yeah, and also, I mean, the only person who's going to dive in is that Greymane. They don't have, like, something to pair it with, so they only have one really good target for it. Blind Tongue not going to connect. Butterdock maybe in trouble. Body blocks from Ninja. There goes the Burrow. Horrify going to come down. Taunt comes out as well. Uther with the Divine Storm going to get the stun on 2. Going to try to walk out here, but the Haka is already dead. Genji with the X Strike. Not able to get the pick there. So close. And will fall. Tossing, though, on to the Greymane here. Will fall. Going to be a 2-for-1 trade so far. Camp stolen away. Uther trying to play safe in the back here.
I do have to give props to Stealthy there in that choke point. Was able to get like a triple knockup, but unfortunately they just didn't have what it took there because again, that choke point was also good for Reborn Knights. They had the Blaze stun. They had the stun from Ninja on Garrosh. So it is the double altars, and it looks like Reborn Knights are looking to get aggressive on their opponent's side of the map.
And why not? Johanna's showing bottom. They know people are just spawning in. They have the 13 talent advantage. But the tank's a little caught out here, going to jump in and out of the bunker. They don't have their support here yet. Ninja may fall here. Taunt comes out, toss over the wall onto the Gravy, try to get him out of there. Going to have Genji diving on it and gets to pick on the Uther. You're going to be able to heal up his team. Ninja in the backline, they'll get it picked down by the Greymane. Going to fall here. Johanna making the rotation and going to get a nice stun onto the 3 here. Melkor going to jet propulsion out of it. And the altar will end up going over to Waldo here. Can Knights get another pick?
Get out. Stamop, yeah, he can come in there. In fact, Melkor's looking to make it happen. They do get 1, and the Horrify goes out. Kel'Thas goes down. That is 2 more kills going over to the Reborn Knights.
2 kills to the Knights, and I don't think they can... This is risky. They are really low. They do not have the manpower to tank this right now. This is super risky. Hasn't been spotted out yet. They do have the 13 advantage still. Melkor trying to zone the bush. Softigar getting very low. Ninja's coming in. He should make it here in time to go ahead and finish tanking this up, and they should be able to claim this boss.
Well, that'll be another shot, a few shots going over to them. Meanwhile, the Hawk is grabbing their sappers at the bottom. But I don't know. I feel like for a Found Waldo should have been able to sniff that out, and I think because of how low they were, they should have been able to make something happen. But now, Prison Guard walking into the team. This is not where Gul'dan wants to be. Gul'dan goes down.
Yeah, we did see the Blessed Shield come out from Johanna, though, so that cooldown did get burned, which is going to be 1+ for the team. We're seeing the engage here onto Ninja, though. Trying to walk out of this. Did get the taunt out, and we'll make it behind the wall in time. Also pulled out Phoenix, so we're going to have a couple cooldowns burned here, but overall, I'd say the trade is in favor of the Knights here, off of all those ults and everything that went down. Greymane hit Grow for the throat, too. He burned that as well.
Yeah, that was a good job by Ninja, actually. He was able to stay alive and the taunt underneath the towers, but hold on, this might be Bush Party. He sniffs that one out. Nice job from him, and the sprays go down as well. Triple altar, Genji's at the bottom. Rhaegar making his way to the top. Greymane is channeling his for now. They're going to throw Stupid Waldo over the wall, but Ninja's going to get tongued, and they got the knockup from Stealthy, but no, the Horrify is going to lock him down, and this is disaster now for the side of Found Waldo. They need to get out of here.
Yeah, we're going to see the rotation in from Stock to get the heals off. There's the bunker going down to help keep the team alive from that Kel'Thas fire. Kel'Thas very low. The Ancestral lands on the Ninja there. Melkor in the front line. There's a toss over the wall onto Johanna. She should be able to make it okay. Stoctagon very low, though. Is going to fall here. Genji, though, coming in for the cleanup. X-Strike not going to connect with anybody. Does not see the Kel'Thas in the bush. The Kel'Thas make it out okay, but Greymane will fall here. Can he get any more picks? We see the kill on to the Blaze and the counter kill. Then on to, what was that, Johanna?
Yeah, that was insane. Again, I have to give props to Ninja there. Really nice job just zoning for the team, throwing the right people at the right time. Actually saved a lot of members in that team fight as well. As poor stupid Waldo getting flipped over the wall twice in that same team fight.
You know, if it happens, it happens. And now there's only 3 health left on the core for the side of Found Waldo. And this is a risky spot. An altar ends the game. A boss, which comes up in about 2 minutes, is going to end the game. This is going to be a single altar spawn, it looks like. And we're going to see the Knights actually rotate down to the Sapper camp. They have that 16. Ninja going to anchor the side. Getting the toss up again on the Johanna.
Poor stupid Waldo.
poor Waldo. And I like this. The push in here with the Sappers is going to be good. If they can get these connected and get a pick possibly with the 16, they might be able to get something. Tongue going to go out on the Ninja here. Clean's going to come out. Sappers will connect. Obviously, the Knights don't want to fight under tower if they don't have to, but they want to keep the pressure in this lane.
And again, this is a point where I question, why is Dahaka here? Like, he should always be on the opposite side of the map. I feel like that's just a mistake Found Waldo, is making. And oh my goodness, that corruption did so much damage in it. And that's something that an Uther team is going to struggle into taking.
Yeah, definitely. We see Gul'dan there putting up almost 60,000 damage so far, just in hero damage. And Rise definitely get the value on that Gul'dan. Altar is going to spawn. This is an altar for the game. 16 not quite here yet for the side of Found Waldo. Hopefully they can stall us out for just a couple minutes while they try to get this 16 picked up. Toss it on Johanna. Gonna have the unstoppable there. Horrify gonna come out as well. Not gonna get any value though. Taunt as well. X-Strike gonna land on multiple members here. Genji gonna get the shield for a second to help from that Greymane dive in on him. Heavy stack up here. There's gonna be the Divine Storm. Ninja or Samop diving in on that Genji. Gets the first pick here.
That's probably game already. They're getting really low. Butterdock falls as well. As 2 kills going over to Reborn Knights. 3 kills, count them. Melkor already has the channel, and that will be the first game going over to Reborn Knights as they take it here on Towers of Doom.
Yep, game number 1 going over to the Knights here in this best of 3 series. Congratulations to them. Putting in the work here. And, all right, here's some stats for you guys for anyone who is curious. A little bit of info on the map. Like I said, Gul'dan putting out a lot of hero damage there. And I don't know, it felt like, even though I feel like there was something else that Waldo wanted, and it got messed up.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if certain bans or picks from the opposite side just kind of threw them off their game. I really feel like they played the Dahaka game, not the Dahaka player, the playing Dahaka on this map very poorly. Like, they needed him soaking the off lane. They needed him pushing out the waves. I mean, Greymane did more siege and soak than Dahaka did. Like, I feel like they just needed to utilize Dahaka in a much better fashion than they did. Like, that was such a huge thing to me.
Yeah, definitely. I'm just checking the rules because I can't remember if it goes loser's choice or if it just swaps. So I'm checking real quick on the rules just to make sure we have it correct. Wins, losses, tiebreakers.
We just need to wait 2 minutes, and Mr. Aisha, he's going to let us know. By the way, I hope you know I say that wrong on purpose because I know it's triggering. It's funny to me.
It's okay. I think he knows. And guys, just as a reminder, definitely type in !CGL in chat to get that link to Extra Life. We're raising money for a good cause as part of this tournament. So definitely type that in chat, get the link, skip a coffee this week, and help out some kids. Let's see. I'm trying to find... Hold on. I'm asking Melkor while I scan the rules here just to see. Oh, they get either. They get choice. They get choice. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right, they want first pick. So the Knights will have map pick,
Mm-hmm.
and we're just waiting for them to let us know where they want to go. And we'll jump into that one. I'm excited though. This should be a good one. Hopefully we can see the turnaround here from Waldo, because I always love a good game 3, even though I have to be up very early in the morning.
Well, it is interesting right away though that they're choosing first pick over map pick because I don't know if they were, because of the way the draft went, maybe something did go wrong and they just couldn't recover from that. So I feel like maybe they could have also had a strategy on a certain map that their opponents didn't know about. It's always interesting that which one do you want? I mean, me personally, I almost always prefer map pick because I always want to play on a map I'm comfortable with. I don't want to go to a map I'm uncomfortable with.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's Alterac Pass.
Yeah. I like the map. I just haven't had a chance to play it, unfortunately, because it keeps not popping up in queue for me.
I haven't had a chance to win on it.
I won on PTR on it. It is winnable. All right, give Waldo the hat. Who are we missing? We're missing. Right. All right, Rice, stock milk, core. Oh, Stamop. We're missing Stamop. Where's Stamop?
He went to bed.
Yeah.
He's like, I've had enough of this.
Apparently. I was say if he doesn't jump in, I'll just manually invite him. Okay. I got one ready. I got 2 readies. Guys, we're going into game number 2 here between Reborn Knights and RWT Found Waldo. BOE's going to be the map here. Maybe if my overlays will work. There we go. BOE's going to be the map here, guys, for this game. And first pick of man, going to go over to Found Waldo. After last game, do they ban the Genji here?
I mean, I do feel like Genji is strong here. Honestly, I would like them to ban either the Garrosh or the Blaze. I felt like the front line on the side of Reborn Knights was honestly the best part about their team. They had so much crowd control, and they paired it up really well. And like Peel, I feel like Ninja and Melkor played it really well, and then Stamop could just do whatever he wanted because of that. So honestly, if I were Waldo, I would ban out one of those two.
Yeah, or I mean, honestly, I feel like the Diablo ban may be the actual go-to ban, and then take one of those two because they do have first pick.
That's true.
Because it's not. I wouldn't say it's the best Diablo map. It's one of his better maps. There's a lot of rocks in that middle area that you can get stunned on. They're gonna get rid of the Garrosh.
I think it's fine. I mean, they could pick up Diablo if they are comfortable playing it as well. Ninja already showing it. So I guess it's up.
I honestly wouldn't be surprised if we see them first pick the Diablo just to make sure that the Knights don't get it here. That's a bit impervious. Pocket picks. Honestly, for the Knights here, if they don't want the Kael'thas, they could get rid of the Kael'thas. He did get a lot of value last game. But otherwise, I didn't feel like there was anything specifically that gave a ton of value over to Waldo. They're going to get rid of the Malfurion again. They just do not want to deal with that support. They don't want to take him, and they don't want to have him on the other side.
I'm interested to see. Okay, it's the Diablo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I kind of assumed.
I was going to say, I'd be interested to see if they're also willing to prioritize Hanzo, because W build Hanzo on this map is super strong. Like, he just blows up the Immortal like it's nothing. Like, best in the game by far. But instead, they're like, let's just deny Ninja the Diablo.
Yeah, but there is a downfall to Hanzo, and that is he is not good on defense here at all. It's very hard to get those angles to get value. So if you lose that Immortal, you're in trouble. We have seen a resurgence of Artanis on this map with the amateur opponent at level 1. To get that value there. They are going to go for the Hanzo here and the Stukov. So maybe a support choke in the ban phase here from the Knights.
Yeah, I like the Stukov pickup here. Stukov is going to help against Diablo. I mean, just as a steal, but also to kind of zone him out. And then again, Hanzo, I feel like he is strong on this map. So I do like the prioritization from Reborn Knights on those picks.
Yeah, I think that's a good choice. And I mean, I know Ninja. Ninja's a solid tank player. He can play any of the tanks in game. So risking another tank being banned out is not going to affect the Knights at all here. Especially considering the two they would go for normally off the bat would be Garrosh or Diablo from their play history. 2-3 slot here for Found Waldo. I'd love to see him grab a support to avoid a support choke. And then maybe some sort of race here could be good. Or a soloing. Leaning Deckard.
All right, so I mean, I was going to say, there really aren't that many high priority supports now. I mean, once Stukov and Malfurion are gone, I feel like they're just a dime a dozen. But Deckard actually does make his way up there, and I feel like he is strong. And on this map, because it's just a big open area, and they can get a lot of engagements in there. So Stay Well and Listen gets a lot of value. His Root gets a lot of value. And Li Ming, she's really good at the poke, especially once you get to level 16, and you can just, completely burn that through. I like those pickups already on the side of Found Waldo.
Yeah, and it's better poke than Hanzo in a sense because Li Ming can sit back and throw her damage in. Hanzo has to get that split on that scatter arrow to get the value.
Right.
Bans here. I don't know what they ban at this point. I mean, a soul laner they don't want to deal with. They're going to get rid of Greymane.
I think that's probably smart because they showed they played Greymane last game. Greymane is strong against the Immortal. It'd be good to get in camps. They probably weren't willing to get it themselves because they already had Hanzo, although you can still Hanzo and Greymane. But bans for Found Waldo, they already have Diablo. Do they get rid of a main tank? Or Blaze is still up. I actually would like them to ban Blaze because they're not necessarily going to get it themselves in their next set of picks. And we saw that Blaze got a lot of good value last game.
Yeah, but if you ban the Blaze, do you just then open up the possibility of a Sonya, who's really good on this map, being picked up?
Then you get Artanis.
But Sonya beats Artanis in lane, I feel. So I feel like you end up on the bad side of that trade.
But you don't get the swippity swaps. It is the ETC ban. That's interesting.
I mean, I guess... I mean, they already have two counters. You have APOC and Li Ming can go Wave of Forest. So you already have two decent counters. Stay a while and Listen, I think, shuts it off as well, too. So you have three things right there. Three alts that take care of it. A little bit of an interesting choice, but it is most people's go-to as far as just we need a tank in general. With CC, grab ETC. I mean, that's what most people go for.
I mean, he's my most played hero, so I always like to see him banned because, he is you do have to respect the cow. But I would be surprised if Blaze isn't the pick because I like I said, I really feel like they played it well. Mm-hmm. You mentioned Sonya. I do feel like Sonya is strong here, but between, Sonya, Blaze, and Artanis, I would actually like them to go for the Blaze, especially with Stukov, because it's going to give them some more crowd CC. They're going to go Murden, and they will go Genji again.
Shimada Brothers we have, and I like the Murden here, and especially with the Genji. Deckard really has the tough time against dive and burst style damage, which Murden dives really hard, Genji dives really well. So, it's definitely going to need to be a Blaze or something that can kind of hold that line for the Hanzo Stukov. So if a Blaze gets picked up here from Waldo, they may have a little bit of a pinch on the Knights per se as far as what they can pick up.
So with Deckard in the mix-up here, they could go for some more crowd control with a Thrall even. Mm-hmm. I think Thrall would be okay, especially with the amount of poke that he can provide with Li Ming. They're going to go for Varian Tracer. What? Who's their solo?
Varian? I think... okay, so we should back this up. it's definitely got to be a variant in the solo. The variant being picked up is just so that it can't be taken to counter the Tracer, because it is the biggest counter. Although I feel like Knights has to have a solo laner, so you just traded out having a decent solo laner for a variant that you could beat in solo lane. I would say maybe Twin Blades variant for race. But the taunt is just way too good, especially against a Genji or a Hanzo that's out of position.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, they have a lot of damage and a lot of lockdown and burst potential. I'm just afraid they might fall behind because their solo laner isn't that great. But last pick, for Reborn Knights, it is going to be that Blaze.
Yeah, I really like the Blaze here. It also helps with the pulse bomb from Tracer. You just drop a bunker, jump in there, no more damage. Genji does have his deflect obviously available. So there's options for it, but Blaze is a nice counter to all that kind of damage. You can drop down the bunker behind somebody who's taunted so they can jump in it immediately. There's definitely options that come into play with that. But we'll see how it goes here. I mean, there's a nice setup here for Waldo. Hopefully they can take it to the game 3. And guys, we'll be with you guys in just a second when we hop into the game. All right, well, we're not in the game yet, guys. I lied, but again, it's a short intro. Definitely,
perfect timing.
Yeah, definitely exclamation CGL in the chat to get that extra life link. Skip a coffee or two this week and donate to them. It's a great cause. Definitely worth supporting. How do you feel, Grave? Do you think this is going to be a game 3 coming up here, or do you think this is going to be a 2-0 from the Knights?
I think it's going to depend on how it all plays out in that top lane.
I think that's a fair call. All right, guys, here on the left in the blue, we're going to have the Reborn Knights up 1-0 in the series so far. Melkor on that Blaze again. Stoctagon on that Stukov. Rising Guard on the Genji again. CG Stamop on Hanzo. And Ninja playing that Muradin.
On the left, or excuse me, on the right-hand side, it is the RWT found Waldo with Stealthy on the Tracer. Tank Snipe on Decker, Radiata on Li Ming, Stupid Waldo on Diablo, and the Butterdock being played by Varian.
Butterdock,
or the opposite.
He's got that that blade. It's gonna slice through the team like butter, right? That's what
exactly. Oh yeah. Maybe even 2 of them. Maybe 2 blades.
Oh, okay, guys. Level 1 here. Talents on the screen for you all. Varian moving into that Lion's Maw. I don't play Varian, so I don't know what that means. But Tracer looking for possible poke damage here on the Melkor. Although I don't think they get a pick this early, especially on a Blaze.
Yeah, I don't know why, honestly, Tracer's up there. Because you're no way you're going to get a pick on a Blaze. He's got so many hit points, and they don't have taunt or anything. Genji's actually coming up to the top as well, and okay, I like that rotation a little bit better.
Yeah, a little poke there from the dive heroes. They want to pause.
Do they need pause?
We will pause, guys, real quick. They're having technical difficulties. Okay. So, guys, quick pause. I gotta check what time it is because they have a time limit on pauses. Okay, we're good.
Oh, I'm terrible at that. Yeah, hopefully they can get the entering cheat codes, they say. Okay. But we were looking at the level 1 talents. For Varian, Lion's Maw, I think, is okay, especially in the solo lane. It's going to give him a little more poke and help with the wave clear. And I really feel that's really about it, because otherwise the other options would have been helping in team fighting and just overall more damage, which I don't think they necessarily need. So Lion's Maw probably is the smart choice.
Yeah, that's definitely any extra damage he can have in that soul lane will be a good thing for sure. And Muradin going with the Perfect Storm at the level 1. So kind of combining that with his general Stormbolt quest that he already has. Just kind of wrap them in together and get 2 things done at once.
Absolutely. But it is interesting, just doing predictions on how this is going to go. I do like the fact that they brought Tracer up to the top, though, because it is showing that they realize they can't win the top lane without some kind of pick. The problem is with Tracer, again, is not going to get the pick onto a Blaze. If anything, they could bring like the Li Ming to the top, but then they're losing wave clear. Again, that's the thing that their entire team comp is going to struggle with, is they don't have much wave clear, and their solo lane is not a traditional solo laner.
Yeah, definitely. All right, we got readies from the teams. Would you like to count down for me, Graves, and I'll unpause it?
All right, are you ready?
I'm good.
See.
All right, guys, back into the game here. Nobody's dead. That's always a good thing after a pause. Tracer diving in. Gonna get a little bit of poke damage on to Stamop there. And I don't know about using the recall that early, but we'll see. Rising Guard now going to make the rotation now, so we'll have the General 4 in the bottom. And definitely I would say the wave clear is going to go over. Pause again. Okay. That's 2 pauses. How many pauses are we allowed?
See, sometimes it's number of pauses. Sometimes it's the total length of the pause. Keep an eye. Let's see. That was all right.
All right.
maybe their cheat codes didn't work.
Maybe that's what it is. I'm gonna open up the doc real quick and just check, because I'm not familiar enough with the pause rule. They're ready again. Are they sure they're ready?
Right. Are they sure? I guess they'll give us a countdown again. You good?
Yeah, we okay. Melkorst is ready, so yeah, you go ahead and count it down. Alright. Gonna see a little poke damage on to Rise here. Should be okay, though.
Yeah, we'll also have to keep the amount, look at the amount of stacks that Hanzo's getting on that simple geometry, because again, that's a large part of the immortal damage, is getting those stacks in addition to the actual talent that burns them. Stupid Waldo getting the dive onto Ninja. He does have a dwarf toss away, so he'll get away just fine. Tank Snipe did go for that level 1 scroll of Identify. Again, another questing talent that is more difficult to hit in the immortal phase. In the laning phase, it's a lot easier because everyone is here.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to see the rotation to the Shaman camp here from Stamop and Satagon. Going to start working on that. You know what? Waldo is going to get some heavy push in here. I don't know if Waldo realizes they're on that camp or not. I would assume they would, considering, you know, that there's 2 players missing. I think they're going to start the rotation over now to their camp. Blaze in the top,
yeah.
Definitely winning that out over the very end.
I mean, the other thing with another struggle is look how long it's going to take for them to actually get this camp. Like, their camp burn isn't that great either, where, you know, last game they had, for example, the Dahaka or the Greymane. It takes 3 people to get this, and they're still not done.
Yep, they're definitely going to be late on this. Ninja going to spot this out here, going to stun off, not going to get any real value there. Going to see Hanzo go ahead and start poking down this Immortal as best he can. And he's just going to start that poke there in general. I don't know. I feel like they need to just race here. I feel like the first Immortal, the Knights have the race here. They can definitely get race it down and get a win there.
Yeah, I honestly am surprised that Reborn Knights isn't just burning their own. I mean, they've got much better burn. Instead, they're trying to pick a fight, and Risengard's already gets chunked down to half his health. Stealthy coming in has 1 dash away for now. They do have Hanzo poking away at the Immortal, so this is a 4v5. Ninja has the Pulse Bomb on, we're going to pass it over to Risengard as well, but Erden gets away, and half point achieved first. And hold on, stupid Waldo, that was a weird interaction.
Yeah, just the right timing on there. We're going to see the halftime picked up by Hanzo here. Gonna actually rotate up and make sure that he finishes off that camp as well. Flip over onto Melkor here. Gonna get the stun onto the 3-man here, but not going to be enough. He will fall. That'll be First Blood going over to the side of Found Waldo.
So interestingly, they're actually sending Tracer to go do the Immortal Bone rather than the Li Ming, which I think Li Ming probably has better poke but at least you don't have to use mana with Tracer. But at least Tracer can harass the backline. Hold on, taunt go down to Rizguard. Looks like he will get away. But we'll see how fast they can do it. Again, it takes Tracer a while to actually burn that through. Malco going in, does get the stun. Mortal's going to push him away. Ninja takes some damage from Radiata on Li Ming. And it looks like Reborn Knights should be able to walk away with this one.
Should be the keyword. We'll see what happens here. Stun on the rise there. Is that going to be enough? It's not. He makes it out okay. That's going to be First Immortal going over to the side of the Knights. First Immortal fairly weak just in general. We'll see what kind of value the Knights get out of it. It looks like they're going to push S4 with it here. And send down Blaze to that bottom lane to go ahead and continue the soak down there.
So Li Ming going for Charge Blast at level 4. Interesting pickup. Normally you see the, was it Dominance? The I'm not sure what Charge Blast is. Maybe it's just pick every Q talent because all the Q talents are good here. But yeah, this Immortal, it should push in a little bit yet.
You know, it's a nice talent to have if you're trying to clear up like a camp or something, because you can make sure your magic missiles hit all 3. Then you get the autos in, they make sure you get that extra bonus damage off. Definitely can help with that. We're gonna have to poke here on the Waldo here. Scatter gonna miss. Genji diving in though, not gonna be able to get pick. Flip over on the Genji there. Gonna be taking shots from the fort. Ninja gonna jump over the wall. They will make it out okay here. And they end up with the well and the whole front wall here and about a half a fort, which is great for the side of the Knights. And honestly, this is giving them good control over this lane in general. Hanzo,
yeah,
about 3/4 of the way stacked on his quest.
I'd say getting the well was pretty key. The well as well. Rotation potentially down to the bottom lane from Found Waldo. I think Melkor would be fine in this, but we can see them trading camps out each. Again, interesting decisions from Found Waldo, leaving Deckard as the top lane.
I think that's just temporary so they don't miss soak here until they get the variant up there. But you know that the 4-man's up here, and honestly, I mean, I guess there's a little bit better fort building race from the side of Waldo overall with that Tracer as compared to like the space in here, the Shimada brothers. We are going to see the fort fall early here. Blaze going to take some damage here. Body blocks coming out from Waldo, but Melkor going to get the stun on 3 and walk away. So they're actually going to end up trading a fort for nothing, which is not a great trade for them. Rotation down from the Knights, and Ninja gonna spot them headed to their Shaman camp.
Yeah, again, I feel like that was just a poor trade on the side of Found Waldo. They traded their top fort for that camp, which is already getting cleared up and getting no value. Like, as you can see, again, it takes a long time for them to even get a camp, and losing a fort is going to be pretty key in terms of XP. As we can see, Reborn Knights headed that way towards level 10.
Yeah, defensive spawns here for the teams, which is great for the side of Waldo. Now we're going to get flipped in. Root from Decker going to land on the 3 rise, taking a lot of damage from that Li Ming. Needs to be careful there. Pulse Bomb is up and available on that Tracer. They're just going to do their best to poke this down. They have the advantage with that camp pushing the bottom lane. Pulse Bomb going to come out on the rise here. Going to get the dash away just to make sure he is far away from any extra damage that could come out here.
You can hear the Seeker Li Ming missiles, by the way. So she's been doing it pretty good actually getting those down. But yeah, they're kind of playing the poke game. But again, Reborn Knights will get to level 10 first. So I feel like, if anything, Found Waldo needs to make something happen. Both the teams have camps pushing against each other.
Yeah, but honestly, it's in favor of the Knights because they already took that fort top. So
yep.
If they lose their fort top, whoop-de-doo. Blaze is going to actually rotate up and clean up. That's going to give some time here for Waldo to actually go ahead and push in and do some damage. Ninja can take a lot of damage here. Does go ahead and pop the Avatar to get the health. X-Strike going to come in on the multiple members here. Going to see a stun from Hanzo Arrow onto the 4-man. Can they get the pick on anybody, though? Tracer with the recall is going to get away. Stupid Waldo is going to fall here. And it looks like Varian is not going to be long for this world either. Rising Guard chasing down the enemy. Not able to get the pick. Ninja being super aggressive. Stormbolt going to land, but I don't think they get the pick. Is right.
No, they don't.
He was thinking about it. He was thinking about it.
I do say that was a really good deflect there from Rising Guard as well. Like, he just put so much damage back to Tracer, and that's part of the reason that they were able to stay alive. But yeah, the level 10s getting achieved first. I feel like Found Waldo should have maybe tried to force something earlier, but this will be the second objective going over to Reborn Knights. But the good news is level 10 is here now for Found Waldo, so they need to make something happen. But this Immortal going right to a keep.
Yep, the bottom lane, the fort did fall to that Shaman camp, so even more value here for the Knights. It's going to be a tough defense here for the side of Waldo. They do have Disintegrate from Li Ming and Lornado to try to buy some room and space. We'll see what happens here. It's coming up. We're just going to have to see how it goes.
Yeah, this already has half shields on it. Nice poke there from Radiata and Li Ming. Again, I feel like that is a strong point. At least once you get going, Li Ming does have the poke to at least defend as well. But the Stukov silence, Dr. Gon doing a good job laying that down where it needs to be. Stealthy's taking some poke. Ninja getting dove on Stupid Waldo, trying to make something happen. They didn't quite get the engagement they want. Immortal's down to half health, but this keep is under pressure.
Yeah, Avatar did come out for Ninja, so Knight's gonna be looking to get something. A big four-man sleep here from the Decker. Apoc gonna land underneath it. Pulseman gonna come out on a rise. He will be okay. Stukov with the swipe to make sure the team gets out okay. Blaze drops the bunker as well. So Keep will stay alive here. The chase from Waldo is happening, but I don't think they have the tools to get the picks at this point. And they need to be careful about a turnaround because Genji's there, and if somebody gets low enough, he's going to dive right in and get a pick there. Hanzo are going to connect onto the 4-man here. Genji's going to dive in. Big X strike on the multiple members. They get the pick on the Tracer here. And Radiata just limping away there is going to make it out. Waldo, though, may not, as the Knights push under the fort here to get the pick. Heal coming out, and they see the kill from the Li Ming. She gets the reset, but not going to be enough mana. Knights going a little too deep, lose their tank here, so 1-for-1 trade overall, but Knights do have that 13 talent advantage still.
So I want to point out a couple things, because that was really interesting. On the defense, the Stay Wild and Listen to APOC was really good, but they didn't have the follow-up damage to get it. And then on the, on the chase, they didn't really get much, and then the turnaround, that arrow was just crazy with the X-Strike on top of it. And then again, the third turnaround, Radiata laying down the damage on Murden. Like, there was so much back and forth there. So signs of life on the side of Found Waldo. They didn't lose a keep, which I think is pretty key.
Yeah, they were able to see the keep, which is very important for them. We're going to see Knights go ahead and grab both the Khazar camps in the top and the bottom, get that pressure onto the map, and then rotate over to their Shamans. Early Shaman cap here from the side of Waldo. A little risky taking it that early, but they hopefully can get some value out of it here. And nobody's on the Immortal at all. Either one. Ninja's going to start doing a little bit of poke damage here. We should see the defense from Waldo. They're trying to get their 13s, but they just do not have it yet. It's going to be a bit. They really don't want to fight without them. This is a very risky play for them.
Yeah, they need to play it safe. They're going to have double camp against them in the bottom. They don't have 13. Lurking arm from Stoctagon, trying to keep them zoned for now. But they're willing to get aggressive despite being a talent down. Good poke there coming out, and actually nice orb from Radiata as well. And they're playing a dangerous game.
Yep, Ninja gonna get flipped in. Stun gonna come out. There goes the arrow and the bunker. And I mean, we're gonna have Stoctagon just heal his team right back up. Fort did fall, giving 13. Lehman gonna actually get the pick there onto the Blaze. No counter kill yet. Stoctagon with the silence, just trying to pick up that halftime. Flailing Swipe's gonna peel for his team. That's gonna be a 1-for-0 trade so far in favor of Waldo.
Yeah, they do need, both teams need to clean up the camps against them. They're both on keep front walls. But again, nice pick there from Found Waldo. They need to focus on burning the Immortal. They sent Li Ming back to defend because, again, their siege, it's terrible. I'm gonna say it, it's terrible. They don't have anything to defend against that. And now, stupid Waldo might get getting caught out here. Diablo is dead. Half point is achieved, but Found Waldo is now down a person.
They're down, but not for long. Souls were reset. It's going to make Diablo a lot more squishy, but he will come back almost immediately. Gonna see the bunker come down from the blaze here, get burned down almost immediately, but they have this Immortal down to under a quarter health. Pulse Bomb gonna come out, is gonna get the pick on the Murden here. Hanzo are gonna come out. Stay a while and listen, does not connect with anybody. They're going in on Rise here, but I don't know if they can get the pick. Rise with that dive and try to get the Tracer pick, not gonna be able to connect with her. She does get the recall out in time. And again, it's gonna be a 1-for-0 trade in favor of Waldo, but can they get any more value off of it? Their Immortal's very low. Taunt gonna come out. Lean combo misses though. Blaze gonna pop that armor to try to stay alive. Not gonna happen though. That's another pick.
Yeah, nice set of picks there coming out from Found Waldo. I mean, if anything, they should send Genji around back to poke that out. He has enough escape. In fact, they're sending Hanzo. I feel like that's a big mistake. Hanzo dies. See, that's the thing. Hanzo does good Immortal damage, but he doesn't have quite the escape. And now, actually, Stealthy gets the X-Strike on top of it. Oh, no, Stealthy blinks away. What?
Yeah, so the Pulse Bomb came out, and the iframe was trying to get picked up there by Stamop on that. I think Stamop's on the Genji. He tried to get that iframe, but he couldn't. Murden gonna dive in, make sure they get the Immortal. He may die for it, though. Yeah, I think Murden just dies here. But he was trying to get the iframe, but he popped the X-Strike too early. So he landed the same like second that the Pulse Bomb went off, so he still died.
Insane plays. But Reborn Knights, they do jump in with the Murden, so even though they tried with the Hanzo, Murden was able to get the last few hit points, but this Mortal should get burned out. Stupid Waldo actually needs to make sure he can get away. He's got a stun, and Ninja's jumping in on top of that. Melkor has the follow-up stun. I believe that was Arrow and the root from Stoctagon. Diablo dies, no souls this time.
Yeah, if Diablo dies, Ninja gonna push in here, and if they can get a couple more picks, this could be the end of the game, even though the Immortal is fairly low. Rise gonna dive in, not gonna be able to get the damage. There's gonna be the sleep on the 4, but unfortunately, everybody wakes up really quick. Not gonna get a lot of value off of that Stay a While and Listen. Ninja in fairly deep though, gonna take a lot of damage, taking 4 damage. They will get the keep, but they lose a member. So 1-for-1 trade. X-Strike gonna come out. They get the pick on Li Ming here. Genji diving in again onto that Tracer, trying to get the pick there. Tracer gonna go deep. Has the Pulse Bomb, not gonna be enough. And the Knights need to leave. They cannot hang around here anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately, Radiata went in there with the Disintegrate, which is unfortunately a self-root. And yeah, the Reborn Knights just kind of jumped at that opportunity, but they saw the pick on the Murden as well, so it's a 1-for-1 trade. Diablo finally is back, but again, he is soulless, so he's going to be a lot squishier. This camp is going to go over to Reborn Knights at the bottom. Stoctagon already using his Flailing Swipe. Dismounted, I believe. They found Waldo was a little quicker. They actually could be able to pick him off.
Yeah, I think he thought they were coming in, and Tracer just stopped moving. So I think he expected the Tracer to be moving in with her team there and just wanted to make sure he got the peel. But definitely could have been a pick there if they had been more on top of it.
Well, it is 16s for both the teams, but that bottom camp or fort, words are hard, keep missing. It's going to be a difficult situation, obviously, now with Catapult's going to be spawning. But the nice thing is for 16, the Li Ming build, the Mirror Ball, this is when it comes to the line with Seeker and Mirror Ball. Like, if Radiata hits a Q, that is just an insane amount of damage. And now they can finally take camps more easily.
Yeah, but he did also take that glass cannon, so lowering his HP going to make him a lot squishy than he was before, and that could be the death of him from a Genji. Genji likes to dive, and especially if you see Genji get that reflect up on a Disintegrate, that's a very, very fast deadly Ming. Melk, we're going to have to work on cleaning up this camp here in the top. Li Ming going to work on that camp in the bottom that's pushing with catapults. Stamop going to start the poke here.
And I like that little play from Reborn Knights ahead of this, trying to catch someone on the rotation to the bottom lane. Stealthy going in. Actually, they get the stun as well. Risen. No way. He does escape. Arrow comes out as well. Stoctagon, though, is going to Flailing Swipe them away. So they tried. I don't know if the arrow was an engage or disengage, but Stoctagon said, all right, we're having none of this.
I think the arrow was a oh shit, we need to save Genji button. I definitely feel like that's what it was, but Risengard getting the iframes this time to make sure he does not get killed from that Pulse Bomb from Tracer, because that was definitely a kill there. if not for that. Blaze gonna dive in, get the stun on to Diablo, but Li Ming picks off in the back line the Stukov. Stay a while listening, gonna connect with a couple of members here. Ninja doing his best to poke around. Root gonna come out, and Li Ming, or Tracer gonna get the kill on to Muradin.
Yeah, losing Stoctagon on Stukov that early was really detrimental to the Reborn Knights. Basically, he laid down the lurking arm, and Radiata on Li Ming was like, hey, a stationary target. Why don't I land all my magic missiles on them?
Yeah, a couple catapults backed up in the bottom lane, but not going to be too big of a deal. Diablo going to clean those up really fast here. Rise was able to get a couple arrows off on, or sorry, Stamop was able to get a couple arrows off onto that Immortal to get that shield burned down some. Tracer going to be on that Immortal immediately, and we're going to see the Shimada brothers try to poke in here and get this thing burned down. Rise needs to be careful. There goes the taunt, flip, pulse bomb. That's a dead Genji.
Yeah, really strong engage there on the side of found Waldo. They had the Diablo there. They had the nice stun. Again, they need to play defensive though. Stamop on Hanzo. He can burn this down pretty quickly, but Li Ming and Tracer, I mean, I guess Decker just kind of whacking away at the Immortal too, but this will be their Immortal, but it's going to be pushing in the bottom lane where there's still a fort.
Yeah, there's a fort and there's catapults down there. So that's going to definitely put extra pressure onto this Immortal. And it should be here right about the time this next wave gets up to the wall. And that means that catapult should get a little extra help value for the side of the Knights.
The demon approaches the gates of heaven.
So about a half a shield Immortal. I mean, 21 minutes in the game. This thing does hit like a truck, but I would not expect this to get past the fort unless they can get a good engagement. But again, Hanzo, he's not really great at defending, so maybe they do get a bit more than that.
Yeah, like we talked about in the draft, it's really hard to get those angles as a Hanzo on the defense here. There's just nothing really safe, especially once that wall falls. And so he has to be very careful to make sure he gets those arrow off. Not going to get full value. Tonk going to come out on Genji. There's the protection. Hanzo are going to come out and miss. Stay a while. Listing going to connect with 4 here. APOC going to come out as well. Looks like they will get the full combo onto Hanzo here. Stamop trying to get away. Just barely squeaks through with the help of his tanks peeling for him. And 20 is really good heal here. Yeah, 20's here for Waldo, and they can go for a keep push here if they want. They've burned a lot of their cooldowns. They do have the pulse bomb available to them, and then they do it at 20 advantage. Ninja did pop the Avatar. Going to come in from behind, trying to get the stun. Not able to get any value. We see the keep pressure here from the side of Waldo. And that's
Bottomless Flask, by the way.
Oh, with the upgraded size, too.
Yeah, that is really good on this map, especially around the Immortals. You just kind of lay it down and say, let's just stick around for a while. I'm actually surprised that they're going for this camp instead of pressuring the keep more. Maybe they were just worried about their hit points, or maybe worried about engaging because they just use ults, but they don't really get a whole lot of this 20 other than getting some camps. I feel like that wasn't enough.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. We're going to see the 5-man rotation for both teams. Looks like up to this top Khazar camp, so we may see a fight here coming out. Hanzo are going to come out to scout the area. Waldo's going to walk into it, show vision. I'm kind of surprised they didn't hold off for a second until that vision dropped. These are going to get the stun. It looks like they don't want to fight until they get their 20 here. Going to clean up this wave and make sure they lock that 20 in. And talent tiers are now even for both teams. We do have camps pressuring the bottom in favor of the Knights and the camp pressuring top in favor of Waldo. We'll get picked up fairly fast. They're going to rotate over to that Shaman camp. And we'll see what happens here. This next fight's going to be a good one and will decide the game.
Rewind from Erden, by the way. Watch for this engagement right here. In fact, this is a 5v4. Li Ming just showed in the bottom lane. They're trying to get the damage in. X-Strike goes out. Decker Kane falls. Reborn Knights, they get the pick.
They get the pick. They don't steal the camp, but they get that pick, which is big for them. Having Decker down is going to make it a tough defense for Waldo here, at least in this first half. They're going to send over both Shimada brothers and the support here to try to burn this down as quickly as possible while the tanks zone. And really no reason for them to clean up the top. Murder going to get the stun on the 2. Dwarf toss out of there, and halftime's going to get picked up by the Shimadas. A little burn here from the Li Ming. Going to get a little bit of value there.
So Deckard is going to be down for another 25 seconds. Von Waldo is going to have catapults against him in the bottom eventually. He's only one right now, but looks like they're willing to just trade the shields out. This Immortal will be pushing top lane, and top lane does have some defense available for it quite yet, so they're going to see if they can get one last stand in the top lane here.
I like the choices to trade out shields for guaranteeing the Immortal, especially with this camp pushing bottom. They need to get it cleaned up. This gives them a second to go ahead and come down, clean up this lane, and then catch up with the Immortal before it gets up to that keep.
So the catapults are cleaned up now, so they got plenty of time there. About a little over half a shield here. And again, Li Ming will have good damage on the Immortal itself. The question is, do they want to pick a fight before it gets here? As Stealthy looking to maybe... No, it looks like they're just going to burn down the Immortal.
Yeah, they definitely just want to try to burn it down here as quickly as possible. Shield is down now, going to be in melee mode. But they engage on the Waldo. X-Strike going to get picked. Stay while listening connects with 3 members. Bunker came down, though, and the team jumps into it. Stamop going to get the arrow out. A missed R-key. Going to send that arrow flying the wrong direction, and Hanzo will fall to Tracer here. But Knights wants to go for core here, it looks like. They're pressuring in onto the core. Shield is fallen and taking damage. X-Strike going to land on multiple members. Taunt going to come out on the Genji. Going to see the combo from Li Ming. Octagon with that swipe, going to peel for his team. Rise taking a lot of damage from the Tracer. Needs to peel. Triple
no way.
kill.
Did they defend this?
I think they did. Ninja's trying to get it here. He doesn't have Avatar.
Oh my gosh.
But here's the problem. There's not enough siege. I don't think they can take this bottom keep and the core in time. They're going to try.
15 seconds on Hanzo. So if anything, he'll be back to defend. They did have to clear those catapults, and they're going to have some mounting in the top lane eventually, but... yeah, they're split decision making right now. I really feel they need to be together as one. The catapults at the top are not a concern for another like 2 minutes when they stack up. And again, it's a wasted opportunity. They're just getting camps. I don't like this call.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, I feel like I understand their concern with the catapults, but send your variant up there. Send your 4-man down to make sure you could claim this keep. They want to get catapults pushing in this lane. They are going to have Diablo come in and steal the camp away. But I feel like that's not a ton of value. You're trading, okay, we took your camp, and now you're going to clean it up before this Immortal phase. Like, they're not getting a whole lot of value out of it, especially since you don't really need XP anymore at this point. You have your 20s. And we're going to see the Knights just move in and clean this up real quick.
Honestly, what I would like to see from Reborn Knights is to not have shown there, sweep all the way around bottom, and just backdoor the core. 10% left. I mean, all their opponents just show top right now.
Yeah, but I feel like if they don't show they're cleaning that up, that says, hey, we're backdooring. And with this Immortal being a offensive spawn for both teams, it's a great spot for Knights to claim the first half of this.
Yeah, they are burning this down quickly, and Von Waldo are just trading out rather than getting defensively. I mean, they need to always be keeping an eye on where their opponents are because the core is so low. I really feel like Von Waldo, they have to be the aggressors here.
Yeah, looks like they're going to set up for the defense here, but honestly, I'd love to see the Knights stay defensive as well. They have catapults pushing both lanes. The Kata's top will clean that camp up. Kata's bottom will get core pressure eventually. They're actually going to rotate up and going to clean this up top. Li Ming going to start working on the Shaman camp. Tracer falls. Oh, no. I missed that I missed it on screen. It looks like Murdy got a stun off at least. And Stamop going to start burning this with those scatter arrows. Bunker going to come down. Genji going to be taunted here. Does have the protection. Going to get rooted as well. Li Ming combo going to miss. X-Strike lands on the 2. Octagon with the swipes in the back and appeal for Hanzo here, who got fairly low from that Diablo. Stay a while and listen gets to 1. Hanzo arrow connects a couple. There's no picks right now with the Tracer. They're missing so much damage.
3 catapults bottom too.
Yeah, the Cavs gonna be on the core in a second. Li Ming gonna go ahead and Hearth, but as soon as she shows, like, Knights can just move in. They're gonna tap. The GGs are being called already. I think they know.
Yeah, found Waldo. They really need to be more aggressive here. They lost the Tracer because they were split decision making. Li Ming and I believe Varian just showed as well. Tank Snipe under heavy pressure. Deckard will die here. Stupid Waldo might get away, and now he's going to stick around, give it his all. And it looks like it's Immortal going right to the core. Reborn Knights should be able to pick this game up.
Yeah, definitely. It's a heavy shield Immortal. That's pretty much game at that point. I mean, if the shield was like down to nothing, they definitely have a shot at defense. But just because they don't have that heavy burn, they don't have something like the Artanis with amateur opponent. They don't have the Grey Mane to just get on there. Tracer's trying to get the pick onto Hanzo there. Gonna get CC'd. Gonna fall. Shield gonna start to come down here. They get the kill on the Muradin. Trying to buff those KDA stats.
Yeah, you know, you gotta get those stats in right at the end there, but yeah, that is gonna be game and the series going over to Reborn Knights.
Oh, congratulations to the Knights. Good on them.
I mean, I'm assuming we don't have another game. 30 minutes though. Battlefield of Eternity.
That is a long, long game on BOE. Li Ming putting out all the heavy damage though. Almost 90,000 damage. And she do work this game.
Yeah, I feel like Found Waldo, they have a lot of back and forth on their decision making. I think they can clean that up. I feel like mechanically they were right. They had a lot of good things going. Malcor's asking if you want to interview.
Yeah, not tonight. Super late here. He knows better. He's on the East Coast too. He knows better.
He knows better. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that's gonna be it for us. Thank you all for hanging out and joining us for this cast. Again, as always, !CGL at any time in my chat. No matter whether I'm live or not, we'll get you that link to Extra Life. Definitely go there, skip a couple coffees this week, donate to a great cause, help some kids out. It's a good thing. Takes a couple minutes, never hurts anything. Grave, thanks for joining me. Where can the people find you?
You can find me at twitch.tv/Gravesville. Once I have a working computer again, I'll be there probably sometime next week.
Yeah, guys, make sure you go give him a follow. Always has some good Heroes of the Storm action. Definitely has some casts going on during NGS. So go follow him. And then if you haven't followed here, up above is the follow button. Press it. Super easy, free, doesn't cost you anything. Let you know when we go live. I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday at 6 p.m. Eastern till like 10 p.m. Eastern. So that weird time where you're sitting at work if you're on the West Coast, you can come hang out and watch me for the last couple hours of your day. Guys, that's it. Hope you all have a wonderful evening and a great night. I think we'll just have to see you guys in the Nexus at this point because I'm going to bed. I don't know about Grave, but I'm going to bed.
That sounds like a wonderful idea.
All right. You guys all have a wonderful night. We will see you all hopefully in the near future. Later.
Bye.